If you were to win the lottery,
Okay.
what would you do? I know we talked about it a few episodes back, like hair implants.
Sure.
And it's like that, but like I was thinking about from that episode, like what would you do? Like I'd be curious.
I would try to not tell a lot of people.
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
Because I would give all of my friends and family like a good chunk of money. Like everyone's out of debt immediately.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. Because like
Probably not like so much that nobody has to work because I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot.
when you win the lottery, like they post about it on
A lot of times. Like I saw a thing where
like,
some
do
people
you have to do that?
Some people in certain states you can like hire like something like a trust to accept it. So like it's technically not a person to it, and then you just control that.
and then it's your money.
But not every state you can do that.
Oh yeah, because I would not want people to know because it's like oh a local man and it's on the radio and shit.
Well, also like security would be an issue immediately.
Yeah, because people know.
Because also I think you should take the lump sum over the monthly pay.
Oh really?
I just saw a random video where he explained all these things about it, and that was one of them. He's like, it's like just do this because then you can invest it in something or put it in a like
Oh, that's true.
something
yeah.
that grows slowly.
Yeah, that's true. If,
I mean, I would hire a good accountant,
oh yeah, for sure. You
a
got
good
it.
lawyer, just like everything immediately.
All
I
the
would,
basics.
like
yeah.
get a good retainer with everybody probably.
But what would be like the first big purchase? Like, is there anything that you would just go, or like first big thing you would do? Would you go on a trip? Would you?
So I would buy a new car, but probably not a crazy nice car because I don't need I want a good car.
Like a good stable car
Yeah, something with enough storage and like it's safe and like good on gas.
where it's nice,
Probably
but
electric, and I'd pay for like to get that.
Oh, yeah,
in
that'd be
my,
nice.
Yeah, one of those
where it's like a
that
nice
can run on
car,
both.
but it's not like a freaking Lamborghini.
no, because I don't like
And
cars
also,
enough.
a Lamborghini parked at this driveway.
Right, I would be
Yeah.
fucked because I would want to stay in this house, which would be an issue too. So I'd fix up the house.
Yeah, it would be nice because would you quit your job?
Absolutely, immediately. Because also my hope would be if I won the lottery, I'd work more than ever, and it would just be towards things I actually want.
Yeah, because you're like, well, I got money.
so like if I won the lottery, not that you have a job, but you wouldn't. I would definitely fund us enough to do shit forever.
yeah, that'd be freaking nice.
And I would
dude.
hope that if you won the lottery, you would tell me, hey, you could quit your job.
Yeah, so then
you could just cover me. Like I think we're at a point where we can just cover each other.
and then we could be like, okay, now let's fucking film shit.
Yeah.
and now it's.
I would make you finish school still though.
Oh yeah,
Because
I got it.
it would be helpful.
Which we'll talk about that later. You know, I got a little thing to talk about.
All right, but if we're talking like fuck you money.
Yeah, because like we're talking like millions of dollars.
All right. So I would contact Bono, lead singer of U2, and I would tell him how much money do I have to donate to a charity of your cause because he's very charitable for you to play a private concert.
Okay.
He would say his number. I would do it. I'd invite him over. It's an acoustic, him and a guitar, just for me. I'm playing on my phone the entire time, and I would I would film that just to see how mad he got. Money would still go to charity. Everyone still gets paid, but I just want to see how mad I can make Bono of U2.
Why? You hate him?
I think he's pompous. He does a lot of good. I don't like that he just put his album on everybody's phone that one time.
on iTunes. Yeah.
And like he does good work, but I think he needs to be taken down a notch. And I think I could be the one to do it.
God, that'd be so
I
funny.
should start a GoFundMe just for that.
Where you're just on your phone the entire time, like he ends a song, you just give a head nod, or not even.
Yeah, but like I have my
You're playing fucking Subway Surfers.
yeah, like my phone volume's on slightly.
You're watching TikTok?
So he can hear. Yeah, that's like
You're like watching another concert.
that's like the big like fuck you money thing I would want to do is just piss off Bono.
That's a good bit. But it's also charitable.
Charity,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's charity.
Because I bet I mean, cause also like I think that'd be a question he'd have to answer, especially if he knew I won the lottery and I had this much money. And it's like, so I think I could get him in on it.
Dude, that'd be so awesome.
So first thing, if I win the lottery, we're deleting this clip so I can live it out.
Yeah, let's get this clip viral, baby.
Like dream car, honestly, a DeLorean that works. Just because that's such
so
a cool
now
car.
you want a real car.
But like I'm saying, if I was to buy a dream car, but those things like are so hard to take care of because they're like it's not worth
it's a
it.
prop, you know.
Yeah, probably like I don't know, like I'd like fun car, maybe like a good like Volkswagen bus. I think they're making electric ones of those now.
But like an old school style.
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
just because those are cool. Like
I don't know much about cars.
I wouldn't need a sports car. Like
No,
a good Subaru.
I definitely would upgrade my car because my car's falling apart.
So is mine.
I would definitely. I'd probably buy a house.
Sure.
Like a decent size, but nothing too big since it's just me.
Yeah.
You know, but it would be nice just to, because I live in an apartment, but it'd be nice to buy a house, like not have payments on it, and then like be able to do shit to it.
Yeah.
Because then that's where the money would go. Because I would be like, oh, let's build a movie room.
Sure.
I would love to do that with like real like movie posters and like a projector and like actual like. Because I've always wanted a movie room, but I want like where it's like comfortable, where you could like lay down maybe, but then also people could come over and like, I don't know, it'd be so I don't know, like, do they make like recliner couches?
Probably.
So like you could like, and then put a bunch of them in there. That'd be like a 20-person theater.
I would get an apartment in New York.
Oh, really? That'd be sick.
Maybe not like buy one, but like I would probably spend some time out there.
Yeah, just travel. Yeah, if you were to travel, where would you go? Would you go to New York?
Yeah, I would definitely spend quite a while there. I've always wanted to do, I think I've talked to you about this, and this is a thing me and my other writer buddy that I used to work with always want to do. We'd call it a Stephen King week, where we book a nice, like kind of creepy place in Maine, get some Coke, lock ourselves in, and just try to write stuff.
Yeah.
But like
off
go
the grid.
full Stephen King mode when he's just smoking cigarettes, doing Coke,
getting
drinking,
hammered,
yeah.
and literally just like
See what you
no
can make.
phone.
Yeah. Like nothing.
Dude, that'd be wild. We'd probably just be sitting on the counter just like telling stories.
Like try to go insane. Like I've always wanted to do that. Try to like.
I think you have a few times.
Yeah, I used to do that more back when I lived alone. I would have nights where I would try to be insane, and it was. I really enjoyed like fully letting loose.
Yeah,
being experimental just with yourself. I think is
like
super
seeing what
interesting.
you can handle.
Yeah,
I think I would. Man, I've always I like to travel, and it would be fun to go traveling, but I don't know where I would go. Like, because I mean, Europe would be cool. Yeah, but I don't know any. I'd have to do planning, obviously. Sure. But it'd be fun. Like, I'm gonna go to Europe for a month.
Yeah,
that'd be sick, and then you can really
just
spend
train
time
around. Yeah,
and like you could just like get an apartment maybe, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how easy it is just to like buy a place and because you still need you still need visas and shit.
I think it'd just be fun to travel,
and like also how much like it depends how much money we get, but also like a lot of fucking people they go broke somehow. I don't get it
because they go in crazy with it.
Like how crazy? Like I wouldn't buy like a boat or anything.
No, yeah, and I wouldn't buy a fancy car. I'd be a little bit liberal, but I would treat myself, and obviously like. Money would go fast, especially if you're like supporting a lot of people. And
yeah, that would be the thing is that's the hard part is that you want to give everybody like some money, but also you don't want them immediately depending on you.
Yeah. I wonder, I'm trying to think like I would probably buy some like really nice camera gear.
Sure. I think that would be a big, and then we'd probably at least find a space to rent.
Oh yeah, it would be nice to to buy an office, like because I would love an office. So then, like, I don't have a day job, but I have a place to go every day
to work on.
So
stuff.
it's like, and then it's an office space you can film in.
Yeah,
and it's also like, you can just have a place. But then, there's a lot of stuff because you literally could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, I would definitely invest in making a house that could survive, like humanity, like not going well. Yeah. Like I would want a self-sufficient house that like could handle being if the grid goes down, shit like that. But
that'd be fun.
Like invest in a way that when your money means nothing, you at least use it prior to.
Oh, to like you really like build a bunker and something.
Kind of, yeah. Just definitely like I would have a backup survivalist thing planned out.
I think it'd be fun to build a really nice bar. Like I've always wanted like like a really nice bar, maybe with a few taps.
Because you've been watching Mad Men.
Well, and I've been watching Mad Men. But it'd be nice to just have like where you have nice bottles.
Sure.
And like you got nice bottles of scotch, nice bottles of whiskey, and then you got some cheaper stuff, and then obviously like the mixers and all that stuff. But it'd be nice to just have that
a stocked bar.
A stocked bar.
We've talked about doing that here. It's just getting at least every type of out. Like
the tough part is you have to just drop a lot.
And then upkeep.
But then like my problem is I'll buy one bottle and then just drink that one bottle and then buy another bottle.
You're replacing one. Yeah.
Yeah. So but you'd have to just go and be like, okay, let me get that $300 bottle of scotch, like, or maybe even more than that.
Yeah. We're talking about putting in a beer tap here.
Where? That'd be fucking sick.
We have a Lazy Susan. We have like three of those. The bottom one we don't use, so we could just take out that space, and put a keg in there.
That'd be sick. Because
Izzy's a bar manager, so we could get a keg at base value.
For really?
Yeah.
I know Wes is gonna put some kegs in. That's gonna be fucking sick.
Well, because that one's nice because it's an upfront money, but then once you return the keg, then you use that money to buy a new. It's like $100 off every time after the first time.
Build it, the mechanism and everything, and have the handle.
Just a tap and a line.
It's super easy, and she knows, and she replaces kegs all the time, so she'd know how to do it. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think it would be. I just would want to build rooms. Like I want a movie room and an office, and like I don't know, it'd be sick to just be like, okay, and get like a designer or like an architect to be like, this is what I want, to design it. It'd be, and like build a really sick game room.
Because like if
with
I
like
want
a bunch of TVs, I want like an entertainment room where there's just a ton of TVs.
Yeah. Because I think if I won million, like, because they win tens of millions.
Yeah, they win so much. I just don't know how you would spend that money.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm.
Yeah.
And I even thought of this question. I don't know what I would do.
Because I guess I probably would still buy another house, but I would keep this house for sure.
I think house renovations and buying a house, that takes up a lot. And also that's time and stuff, especially if you go crazy with the renovations.
Yeah.
But it would be nice.
I'd definitely have someone come in here and tell me how to fix this house. And then maybe I would build another one.
Oh, yeah, let's not worry about price.
Yeah, just like make it work.
Yeah, it'd be really fun. If I like looked into my bank account and it was just like 0, 0, 0.
It's just, I couldn't comprehend it.
I would just be like, what?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to worry about.
Until you do.
So I don't think I would go fucking nuts. Because I know some people, like they win the lottery, they just fucking spaz out and party. And like one of my old coworkers was like, if I win the lottery, and he bought like lottery tickets every day, which I don't even buy him. So
we've bought them once.
Yeah. He'd buy them like every day. And he's like, if I win the lottery, you're not going to see me. And then I'm just going to send you a photo of me on a boat with a bunch of women and coke and like.
But like, how do you get the women?
He has money, and he was like going to just buy like hookers, I guess. And,
I guess.
And it's just like, that's what you want to do?
Yeah, that's
I think a boat would be fun, but I don't want to buy a boat.
Because like a big thing is don't try coke. If you have a lot of money, never try coke.
Yeah, because then you're like, well,
that's where your money's gonna go. Yeah. Don't gamble ever.
Yeah, and I'm not into gambling or coke.
But
so
like you could be if you had money to use it.
I don't know. I've had a decent amount of money for a while I'm unemployed.
That's not millions
of dollars. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, so just avoid that.
Yeah.
I would maybe just get nice. It would be nice to get a chef and then a trainer.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That's one thing that I've thought about doing, just looking at to see how much that would cost to get a trainer.
Yeah.
Because that'd be nice just to get in shape. Mm-hmm. And plus if
you're paying, but also like the scary of like having too much money is then all of a sudden your money's not worth like.
Yeah.
Because like if I hired a trainer now and I didn't go, they still get my money. I'd be pissed.
And then you'd be pissed. But if you had millions of dollars and you didn't go, you go, oh, it doesn't matter.
Fine. Yeah.
But it would be nice to have someone accountable, get in shape, and then have someone cooking you really good meals. Yeah, that'd be really fun. But I would just, I don't know. I wouldn't go crazy.
Maybe.
But I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I hope I wouldn't.
It's hard telling because I don't even know what that feeling's like.
The scary thing would be everybody else coming at you.
Because people would come out of the woodwork. Mm-hmm. That's why I wouldn't want people to know.
Yeah, if I could do it anonymous is the big thing.
Yeah, and just tell your close friends and family. Or maybe just be like, hey, I got a little bit of money. I'm just going to help you out. And so they don't know you won the lottery. You're helping them out. And then you keep, Yeah,
because security would be a big fear too.
Set up cameras. Or an alarm system.
In the house.
Yeah, that would be nuts. But that's just a fun hypothetical. Let us know what you would do if you won the lottery at Moist. Send us an email, Moist Monday Podcast. This is the Moist Monday Podcast. Welcome back. It's Drygust. We're not drinking this month. I'm drinking some tea right now. Jacob's drinking some tea right now. But let's freaking get into the episode. Baby, you can sax.
All right, so this weekend I had my first freak show performance in a couple months because you were at my last one, which was
it's a magic show, which we talked about. Abracorndabra.
So this one I had another one where it was my first ever really private event.
Yeah, that's cool. You got hired for a private event.
So this lady who I met a couple years ago reached out to me and sent me a message like a couple months ago, like, "Hey, I'm planning this. Would you be interested in doing it?" I was absolutely.
Yeah, like sure.
And then later on, she messaged me again, like, "Hey, can I get some stuff for promo?" I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot about that." And like, so I just like sent it out, and then we weren't talking much because I was just busy. It was a very because I was working a lot, so I don't have my phone on me. And eventually, I was like, "Hey, about this, like, what is it?
What's the
Am I
event?
getting paid? Like all of that?" And she was like, describe the event. And she was like, yeah, payment is just, you'll be tipped by my people. I'm like, or like by the people going. I was like, oh, no.
So it's not payment?
Yeah. I'm like, I can't do that. And she's like, why didn't you ask her earlier? I was like, sorry, I guess I assumed you would.
Since it was a private event.
Also, and like, it's her birthday. Like, it's not like...
so you thought you were getting hired.
It wasn't even like clear what the event was until I was like, oh, this is her birthday party. And like, so like, as you would like hire like a clown for your kids, but like, well, yeah, this was just for hers. And she hired me. And then what her plan was to have her guests pay me.
What the heck?
Yes, I was just like, no, that can't be a thing. And I got like, she called me at one point, unprofessional for wanting to be paid. I was like, oh shit.
Unprofessional?
So now I was just like trying to get out of it. I was just like,
oh my God,
dreading it. But I was like,
so this is all before the event.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like during all this, I just very much want to be like, if she agrees to pay, cause I was like $100, which is so fucking cheap for what I do. Cause for those of you who don't know, I'm a freak show performer. So a part of it was like, oh, no, I'm going to be like bleeding and stuff.
I'm putting my body on the line.
I need money
I
for
need to
this.
get paid something.
I like just also like self-respect. I can't do that for free.
Yeah. Cause people aren't going to be tipping.
Yeah.
And if they do, it's, I made $7.
But also like, I looked at like the guest list and it was like 30 people are going. I was like, oh shit. Like it
wasn't even a big
So
party.
I was just like really dreading it this whole time. And like that day I worked and like she messaged me a few times like, God damn, I get there and she is the nicest person when I get there. I think she's just horrible over text to me. Ran up and hugged me. I was like, oh shit, I don't even know who you are. And like the whole event, a lot of it was like her family and they were like country people, but they were cool. Like I don't dislike country people.
But it's a different lifestyle.
It's different. Yeah. Cause they like lived like 30 miles like south of the city.
Oh damn.
Like dirt roads all the way. Cause also when I was like, oh shit, I'm pretty far from a hospital and I'm going to be breathing fire.
Am I going to get murdered tonight?
Yeah. It was a whole thing. And I get there, I get paid, and like the whole event actually went pretty well, which I was happy about. Like I did well on stage, but
So
it was
there's
just
actually like a stage?
it was like a trailer bed.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And like it was like country. Yes. There was a face painter there before me.
So
Was
it's a big birthday.
kind of. There was also a sushi food truck there.
Sushi food truck?
Very specific, odd choices for a birthday.
Yeah, that don't go together.
Yeah. And then a freak show performance.
Yeah, what the heck? I mean, maybe that's her three favorite things. I guess.
Yeah. And like it was her 30th birthday.
That's her 30th? Yeah. Oh, wow.
And like, but she was super nice when I got there. I got paid no problem. I got tipped decently by these people.
hell
Like,
yeah.
I was very surprised by
And
it.
you're like, whoa, this is exactly what I...
It was a nice surprise. And like,
and you were like, I don't want to do this.
yeah, the entire time I was like, God fucking I was like trying to be like just not uncooperative, but not the best like I was being a little shitty. I felt bad afterwards.
Well, yeah, because if you're not getting paid, I would be like hesitant too.
Well, also just as that they were fine not paying me. Like that was the expected. That one was like, ooh, I can't do that anymore.
That's a weird one, but I'm glad it turned out good.
Me too, because I got to the party and like everyone was down there. I was like, I'm gonna stay by my car, so I just messaged her and I was just like listening to my book, playing Yahtzee on my phone while there's a birthday party happening.
And you're sober.
Yeah,
too.
that's the other thing. Yeah, we are in the middle of Drygust, so I was completely sober for it.
For a party.
God, and like,
how did performing go? Because you haven't done that in a while.
good.
What'd you do? Just your normals?
Yeah, and like just the on switch of a performer is so fucking nice. Like, cause you and Izzy have even talked to me about it. Of that, it is just very much. Same with like when I'm on stage, I don't really remember anything I do or say.
You shift into a character.
It's weird.
That's how I am for a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, why can't I be that guy all the time?
All the time, sure. I mean, it is a thought I have where
because you're like, dude, that guy's fucking confident.
Like, I like
telling jokes.
I like being Jacob the Freak.
Yeah.
Like my stage persona.
But it is exhausting.
Well, also it's just like, all right, now it's a constant of I'm trying to get people won over on me though. It's because it's like, all right, up next I'm gonna do this for you.
Yeah.
And I'm
you gotta be on.
Fit as much jokes as I can in the slot. So like a person can't exist as that. That would be exhausting.
And then post stage too, you got to have that character still on when you're talking to people a little bit.
Yeah, which that's the harder part. Because also same with pre-show, I'm a lot of times just not fun because
we talked
I'm
about
concentrated
that
too much
times.
on like, oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah,
like it's fun and like I like making jokes when I'm up there and I enjoy doing the painful stuff. But it's like before you get up there and before you switch on, that's all you're focusing on. It's like, oh, I'm gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, I'm putting my body on the line and it might go bad.
Yeah, very well
It could go bad.
So like for like certain shows, I won't do any because I'm working on a more dangerous act too right now. Like that includes like chainsaws and shit.
Oh,
I want to
wow.
bring
I like that.
electricity into it.
Oh, wow.
But
The
that I'm
electric chair?
also like, I don't want to test that on something that one isn't worth the money for the risk. Because also that just brings up a weird thing. Like, what is, because the chainsaw thing is I'm putting it between my teeth, a running chainsaw basically. And like, what is the price risk of that? And also, will anybody actually pay me for that? So then you have to drop it down.
Yeah.
Because like, you think,
you do that at a private event, you cut your fucking face open.
yeah, and then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll never perform again for $100 that I got. Yeah, it's just
you gotta. I think you gotta. But like, you get like a weird like performance insurance or whatever.
There's a thing about that, but also I don't know if I even qualify because I'm not like,
Because you're not actively perform, or
or
you don't
because
perform.
it's just for like it's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Yeah, that's really weird, dude. But it was probably felt nice to do it.
It was nice to be it
Because it was
again,
months.
and also it was nice to know like, oh, I can just do it again.
Yeah, it's not
So
like,
like now I don't have to be as worried next time I just get offered one. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it.
yeah, and you don't have to be like, okay,
That even day of I can be like, yeah, I can just switch in, which is nice.
I can do it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you have training and you've done it so many times.
Yeah.
Which like riding a bike, dude.
I've been
Once you-
doing it for 5 fucking years
Yeah.
at this point, which is wild. It's, I guess not the longest job I've had, but it's up there.
Well, yeah, and you've been doing it pretty consistently.
Decently.
Little breaks here and
Take
there.
a month off every now and then.
But still doing it. That's pretty awesome. It's just always fun to get back into something that you've been doing for so long. That's like if I were to play a show, I'd be like, oh, that felt great.
Yeah.
even though I have to do a ton of prep probably.
That's the issue with like being in a band, though. Is then you also need 4 people to agree to everything.
Yeah.
Because
And you got to learn the songs.
yeah,
and
I mean
memorize
that's been the
songs.
downfall of every like band you and I have
It's
done.
organizing it is fucking.
And we
so-
lived together,
and we lived together.
and we still couldn't organize shit.
Well, that's because we didn't have the full band when we lived together. Yeah, so that was tough. Switching gears a little bit, I do want to talk about this. This is kind of cool. So I talked about last week. Summer school just ended for me. I'm done with my second semester. I got in the mail. This is wild, dude.
Ridiculous.
I don't
yeah.
understand how I did this. So I got in the mail a certificate from my first semester at school for the spring semester. I'm on the president's list. That means I have a 4.0 GPA.
Which you've never even come close to that ever.
I know. I think my GPA when I started this semester from my prior years at school was like a 2.8.
Yeah, I think that's what
like I graduated, but it wasn't great. But I still got the certificate.
I think like 2.8 was like my normal. I think I like hit like 3.4 once.
I didn't even know. So I was like, I think when I was first thinking about going to school, I was like, oh, it'd be nice if I could get on the dean's list.
Yeah.
Which is like 3.5. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know president's list was a thing.
Me neither.
4.0.
Yeah.
And here's what's wild. Summer school just ended. Photoshop, I just got my final grade. 98%.
All right.
Intro to film, 102%.
So that's 4.0.
Principles of digital, it's still pending, but I have a 98.
Okay.
So I'm going to be on the principles or president's list again for 2 semesters in a row.
Oh, is 98% still 4.0 or is that under?
4.0 is an A.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is
Shit.
wild.
Yeah.
I think it's like a 93 or higher.
Jesus. So yeah.
So I'm just like, what the heck? And I think if you're on the list for multiple semesters in a row, then you get invited into the clubs.
So this is going to be you and just a bunch of really smart people.
Yeah. So like,
You're like, I like Photoshop.
The President's Club, which is how you get, I don't know, like
do they do summa cum laude and all that kind of shit here?
I don't know. But then also I think if you're in these clubs, you get scholarships.
I think
and
so
shit,
too. Yeah.
Which is wild to me. I don't get it. And it's also like, I'm like, how the fuck, do I have a 4.0? Because like I'm trying, but I'm also
always, though.
but I'm also half-assing
Yeah.
it.
A lot of it. Yeah.
Like, because like literally,
Like, is everyone in your class have a 4.0?
I don't know, or is it just easy for me? It might just be easy for me because I know what I'm doing.
I guess, but like,
But even like this summer was a lot of photos. I don't know what I'm doing with photos, but then I know at the end.
yeah, and like obviously no like dig at you, but like what I've seen you do hasn't been like hard for you. Like you
No,
haven't.
it's been easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally, for intro to film, I had like 107%. And my last paper, I talked about last week, I had to do like a paper on it. I half-assed it. I think I did like 2.5 pages. It's supposed to be like 4 to 6.
Sure.
Because I was like, well, I'll turn it in on time, so I won't get a 0.
Yeah.
I probably won't get an F. And if I turn it, so I just half-assed it. I got a B- on it, and I still have 102% in the class.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I was
Yeah.
like, What? So that's what I mean. Like, how the fuck do I have a 4.0 when I'm a half-ass? Like,
Yeah.
it's dude, it's absolutely wild. I don't. It's it doesn't make sense to me. But now I'm like,
I'm smart now.
I'm a smart guy. So now I'm like, when fall starts in a couple weeks, now I'm like, maybe I should start trying.
Keep it going.
Yeah, if I
Sure.
can, dude, if I can freaking do the whole thing at
That'd be ridiculous. That'd be awesome.
Jesus Christ.
And you just hang up every president's list on your wall.
I was gonna go to the store today, but
Get it framed?
Yeah, I'm gonna frame it because I have my certificate from architectural millwork framed
Sure.
and on my wall, so I'm gonna put it right below that.
But like, imagine you have like 7 of them.
Because it just says for spring 2023.
Yeah. I'm smart.
Yeah, I opened it because it came in like a big envelope in my mailbox, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" You know, because I didn't expect, and it came like 2 weeks ago,
Sure,
or like a week ago, I guess, because I didn't know
first semester.
Yeah, for first semester, so way late. And what's so wild is I don't even have like my screenwriting class. When I go on like Blackboard to look at my grades, nothing's been submitted. So I'm guessing I got an A in that class,
I
but
guess.
or I don't know because literally nothing has been submitted.
Weird.
What if it like he submits and I gave it like a B and they take it back?
They knock at your door.
It's already framed, sir.
They have a hammer just in case that happens.
Well, when I framed my original diploma, I bought this too small of a frame, so I had to cut the edges.
Jesus Christ.
But it's in the frame now.
Sure.
Yeah, but I literally cut up my diploma.
I don't even know where my diploma is for welding.
I framed it like a long time ago, and then it's just been in a box. But
Sure.
and then I found it, and I was like, I'll hang it up in my office as like a motivational thing.
And the time I was a carpenter.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. I've done some cool things, but it's just now I'm smart, dude.
Yeah. Now I'm smart.
Now I'm smart. I never thought I'd be a 4.0 student.
It's ridiculous.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, well, obviously it was a thing, but I didn't know like president's list was a thing. And I was like, let's just try for the honors, but not really try.
Just enough. Yeah.
And now I'm the top tier, baby.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I don't get it.
Because you technically could have more than a 4.0 with your extra credits. Too.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, what if I would have tried?
Yeah.
Can you? I think it's the highest DMAC offers.
Really?
Is a president's list.
I feel like I've heard people doing like a 4.5 or something.
I think
like
that is a thing,
Yeah.
but I don't think DMAC has a program for that.
Sure.
Probably, I don't know.
Because they're like, you should go to a real school if you have that. Yeah.
And also, it's like I'm a president's list, but it's also community college.
Yeah.
So like, it's cool, but then so I'm smart, but then also am I smart?
That's like when they email you about trying out for the baseball team or whatever.
The
You're like,
football team.
yeah. And you're like, no.
where do they even do that?
The DMAC Bears?
But
I don't know.
Where do they practice, or where do they?
Or they're like, do you want to walk at graduation? Like, no.
Well, if I'm on the president's list, I might.
Yeah, you might get like a special cord. Try and give a speech.
Dude,
That's what my dad did when he went back to community college. He was student class president.
how the fuck?
He didn't fucking run. They just voted for him, and then he gave a speech, and like he graduated summa cum laude.
I'm like in like video production, so it's like an arts.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like, and so like most of my classes now that all my gen eds are done are just in like one building on the edge of campus.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not even gonna be on campus basically.
Sure.
I'm just gonna be hanging out in the video production area.
Because when I went to that school for welding, I don't think I ever saw my grade. Because the way welding works is it is semester based, but also once you're done with something, you just move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So like
that's how it was in carpentry.
Yeah. So I graduated like 2 weeks before a couple other people in my class because I had missed one class. So for one semester, I had just one class, and then so I lost my original welding group.
Oh.
So like I was trying to kind of in my own, but still learning with other people.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So it's just like once you're done, yeah.
Well, it was
Bye.
weird for carpentry. It was a 3-semester program, so it was just a full year for me.
So I think I ended up making mine 4, but for one semester I just had
had
class.
one,
It was just blueprint
But
reading.
literally, there were 5 of us that started the class, and it was us 5 for the whole year. Like literally, we'd take a break, and then it was us 5 again.
So
and it was like we were all in the same. It was the same teacher for all of it.
Yep.
And like so, like we would go from like 9 to noon every day.
Yep, that's
but
what
it was
welding's like.
technically like 4 classes.
Because it was just once you're done with that, you move on to the next
It was
one.
so weird. Yeah. So we would work in the computer and then work in the shop, and it was like so I knocked out a whole semester or a whole program, but it didn't feel like it.
That's how welding was too.
It was
just
really
a
weird. Yeah, it was
block,
just a trade.
and you
Yeah.
just learn things at a time.
But this is like actual classes, you know.
Yeah, because I still wouldn't.
I'm a smart guy.
I wouldn't hate taking a writing class.
Yeah, the screenwriting class I took was really fun. But the only problem was it was over Zoom.
Sure.
But it was fun because I met my professor a few times, and he was a cool dude because he lives in like L.A.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like does writing and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Well, not right now.
Oh yeah,
With everyone
that's
on
probably
strike.
why he hasn't submitted grades.
He's on strike too.
He's a weird fella.
God, this strike is weird.
Yeah, with the actors and everything,
Well,
actors
yeah,
and writers.
So like,
And also, I saw something last night. Now reality TV is.
are they going to stop that?
No, they're going because you know the show Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
I saw a little thing. I mean, I saw this on TikTok, so don't crucify me if it's wrong. But they're like making a thing about how Love Is Blind. It's like that documentary, you know, or not documentary, reality show.
Yeah.
How all that stuff is like fake and like they didn't like they like literally locked all them away.
Oh, there's 2 contestants who are suing.
Yeah.
No,
I've
I've seen that because we watched that season. Izzy and I did.
They didn't give them water. They like locked them in the rooms and
just
then
fed
like
them alcohol.
And then like when like they were having mental breakdowns, they mic'd them up in secret and they were like, "Hey, talk about the party."
Yeah.
And it was like, "Yikes, dude!"
But like, also, that's what you're signing up for.
That's what a lot of people were saying, and they did bring that up. But then it was like, if you cancel $500,000, you gotta owe them or something like that. Or,
Oh,
yeah,
weird.
Yeah, and I think they said they got paid, if they break it down hourly, $7 an
But
hour.
it's 24 hours.
Yeah, which is you're basically always on camera. But I don't. Yeah, so I don't. You are signing up for it, I get, but then also
Also, if you watch them, you're like, I don't really feel bad for you. You signed up for a crazy thing,
yeah. I don't know why you would want.
and their relationship was wild. And then like they like force you to get married. At
I
the
don't know
end.
why you would want to sign up for a reality TV show.
No, because Izzy and I have talked about if we could get on that show because it's just drinking and flirting with people.
Yeah.
We would just do that and then just end up with each other
And
at
fucking right.
well, not for Love Is Blind because you don't get to see the other people for a while, and then you choose one, and before you see them, you propose to them.
Oh Jesus!
And then
okay.
you see them, and they're wearing your wedding ring, and you're like, oh shit.
Oh shit! That's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yikes. That's okay. Yeah. So I haven't really watched the show.
It's not a help. Like
It's not healthy.
if you sign up for it,
I mean,
you
all
should.
the reality TV shows are terrible. I used to. My stepmom used to be really into Big Brother.
That
And
one, yeah.
I kind of like that show.
So that you're just locked in a house, right?
Yeah, and then you just slowly knock people off. But what's weird about that is it was on like weekly. You know, it was just
But
like
there's the live stream.
there was
of
the
it,
live
too.
stream where you could just tune in at any time and just see them.
Yeah,
and they
sleeping.
had, dude, that's so weird.
Yep.
Dude, and they, dude, I would hate that because then you literally, man, you got to be on. You're literally performing.
Or you get over it and you're just yourself.
But that's fucking tough because then you build relationships, but then also
They're all fake.
yeah,
because you're trying to win.
You're trying to be the last man standing. I don't get it. I know you're way into reality TV shows.
I'm not way into. I just watched like a couple,
Yeah, you're into.
but like I've never watched The Bachelor or Survivor.
What was the one that you liked? You were watching one for a little bit. 90 Day
90 Day Fiancé, yeah.
You're way into that.
That one's fun.
Yeah.
That one, it's just stupid people, and then they're being taken advantage of, but you don't really care.
I don't get it.
No, just when it's a hot woman from another country and an ugly dude in a small town America, because the hot woman in the other country doesn't quite get that America is not what they think it is everywhere.
Yeah.
So they show up in Ohio and they're like, "What the fuck is
Yeah,
this?"
this
And he's
isn't-
like, "Oh, by the way, we live with my mom. I hope that like all of them live with their parents."
Of course,
Like
because
all
they can't,
of them, it's wild.
Oh yeah.
But it's so expensive to get people over here, and like,
So then, like, yeah, in order if they say, yeah, it's tough to go back.
or like so many of them are like single parents. And you're like, oh, you're a shitty parent if you are leaving your parents or your kid for a month so you can go to this other country.
Oh,
and try
yikes.
to bring a stranger back to live with your child.
just so you can
not be alone, yeah.
have somebody to.
But
be
also,
with.
like, a lot of them have been married for like years now and have kids and they're just happy. And like the show probably just, they got paid for it. So they're like, yeah, this will be easier.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are just psychopaths.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of them you just kind of, I don't know, fake it, or I don't know.
There's a few where you're like, yeah, that person's scamming the other person.
Yeah, just
and then,
just to get like a visa or something.
Like
yeah.
especially if it's like a hot guy from another country and an ugly woman here, they're just trying to get. And like you look them up and they're like, yeah, they divorced after 3 years and they're doing, the person's doing great and the other person is,
the other
life
person's
is horrible.
fucked.
Yeah.
Moving on to something that I asked about when I first walked into your house. You have a weird lamp.
Yep. So
we'll show it on if you're watching the YouTube feed. I walked in and there's in his front room. It's this weird. I don't even know what it is.
like, so my mom found it for free.
Holy
And then
shit.
she sent a message to us being like, hey, do you want this? And Izzy answered first. And she said, absolutely.
It's fucking sick.
It's I think it's the ugliest lamp I've ever fucking seen.
It's wild.
Well, also
It
the big
looks like
thing.
it belongs in like a museum.
Well, it looks very like I would say Middle Eastern kind of like maybe like Moroccan, like
Yeah,
something
a
like
little bit,
that.
yeah.
Like so, we'll post a photo, but also describe it. It is these like beaded, not balls, but
they're-
shapes. They
yeah.
look like ornaments, kind
Yeah.
of hanging from a string in a circle, and like the string gets longer as it goes. So it's a downward spiral of these lights.
And do all the circles have lights in them?
Yes.
Oh my god! So they all light up.
Yeah, but my thing is,
Oh my-
one, it's ugly. Two, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's
Three,
massive.
If a cat will bat at it because they're all on chains, and if that thing tips over, that's gonna be a bitch to clean up. And like it doesn't.
So you don't like it?
No, I hate it. I think
you would have said no.
no, I don't want it here because also it doesn't fit anything in this fucking house.
I want to see it turned on.
It's not even that cool.
It's massive, dude.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it?
Put it out in the garage because it doesn't fit anything in this house.
But Izzy wants to keep it.
Yeah, and like it was free, but also like I hate getting a lot of free. Like people often just give us stuff, and
Yeah,
then I'm
that's
like,
that's how I am too sometimes. And I'm like, you get to a certain point, you go, I don't want it
but
anymore.
also then they still just leave it here. Now you're like, all right, I guess I just have to throw it away now. But
Yeah.
also some things are big, so it's a bitch to throw it away.
because you can't just put that in the dumpster.
no,
You
I'd have
gotta,
to
like,
take it apart.
You got to carry it across the street to the apartment dumpster.
Yeah. No, I hate this lamp so much. I don't know what to do with it.
It makes me happy that you don't like it.
It's ugly. And everyone, like my dad was the one who brought it over. I was like, what do you think of this? He's like, it's nice. I wouldn't have it. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Why'd your mom get it?
I don't know. And I don't
Your
know
mom probably wanted it too. And then your dad was like, no.
No. Yeah. And then, yeah, now it's here and I don't want it.
it's so
If
messed.
anyone compliments them, be like, do you want it? Have it.
I don't even know, like, how would I get that home? To like, because it doesn't even fit in a car.
Yeah. Because my dad brought it in his truck.
Yeah, because it's all the, and then I don't even know where
Because they could break against each other.
that?
Exactly.
Because like it goes all the way down to the ground, so it's not like you can put it behind
Nope.
something.
And you can't put it next to anything that moves because it will hit it.
How heavy are the strings, or like
I
the
mean,
ropes?
the whole thing is decently heavy.
Because I was thinking maybe like you could put it in the corner and then maybe like pin some of the ropes to the wall, so it like, you know what I mean?
But then if it tips over, that's going to be so also just a different kind of mess.
Just glass everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be stuck to the wall now.
But Izzy loves it.
I guess.
It makes me laugh so hard.
Stupid lamp. We'll get a shot of it while we talk about it.
I want to like. Have you plugged it in with when it's dark? Like
No, I haven't seen how much light it gives off.
because
yet.
if every bulb has a light in it, that's a lot
But
of
it's covered
bulb.
in beads.
Yeah, it's like a weird green color.
Well, it's like light blue. It just doesn't
Dude.
work. It just doesn't work for this house.
Some rich architect designed it.
I don't even know. God.
I wonder how old it is.
Yeah, fair.
I don't want it,
No.
but it's awesome. It's awesome.
not, and I don't
I'm
want
loving it more and more because you don't like it.
It's ugly. And like it doesn't go anywhere and the cats are gonna fuck with it.
I just like how angry you're getting. Like you're just like, no, I don't like it. So change the subject real quick.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, Jacob set goals.
Oh yeah.
Jacob set goals. He was like, I'm gonna read, I think you said 12 books this year.
I'm 12 or 24. Because 2 a month isn't ridiculous either.
Yeah, but it's August. How many
Yeah.
books have you read?
I've been working on it now actually.
Yeah,
'cause-
that's why I wanted to bring it up because, but you're not reading them.
No, I've read a couple. Well, I've read one. And I've started another. Well, of the 2 books I've finished now.
Wow.
One was real.
It's the 8th month, baby.
I've read one and I've audiobooked one.
Okay.
And now
You got a long way to go.
The issue now is also I'm audiobooking a different book and it's 47 hours long.
Yeah, that's awesome. But it is cool that you're getting into literature.
Yes, which right now I'd say better than a podcast.
Well, it's because it's a full story.
And it's a good story.
And a lot of podcasts are just
There's a lot that are a lot like this
well, podcasts are just nonsense noise
for an hour.
that you use to distract yourself while doing other things.
Yes.
You know, so it's like you don't want music, you know, you just
Right.
Because like
Where-
I was listening to a podcast earlier when I was shopping for DVDs where it was like I was kind of listening, but I only had one in.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Where
you know,
a book, if I miss something, I'll go back and yeah.
because you're stuck in the story.
So far what I've read is Tom Segura's her autobiography.
which looks really good.
And also that was an easy one to start with because it's just essays
Well,
together.
also you like Tom Segura.
And he wrote it very well. He wrote it very much in his voice, which I thought was
Which
impressive.
is awesome.
Yeah, it's called I'd Like to Play Alone, Please.
Oh yeah, and I like the cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
So read that. And that one was a shorter book. And then I read that book. And I was like, all right, now time for my next book. And I collect books without reading them.
Yeah, dude, I buy books all the time.
I love books.
But I
don't read them.
But I don't read them, dude. But guess what? I'm a smart guy.
Yeah.
So I should have books.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah. And if anyone asks, how many have you read? You just point to your 4.0. I'm president's list.
You don't need to ask me how many books I have. How many books have you read?
Yeah.
Do you have a president's
Do you have
list?
a 4.0? I don't think so.
I'm a college student. Oh,
And
how
then-
old are you?
And then so for my for my next book, I shot a little too hard or too high because I'll get it.
He's walking away, everybody. He's grabbing a book. Oh, that's a thin guy.
Yeah, so for my second book, I chose a smaller one, but that sounded smarter because I have a lot of like fun books, smart books, and then religion books.
Yeah.
So for this one, I want to go smart book. So I chose The Little Book of String Theory. Fan-fucking-tastic. It is a workout to read it.
Well, yeah, it's string theory.
Yeah, and I'm only 2 chapters in.
You gave up on it?
I just have not returned to it in a while.
Can you tell me what string theory is based
No.
on what you've read?
No.
What's the concept of string theory? I don't even know.
No, so it starts with, it gives an overview of the whole subject. Did not understand a single word of it.
You're like, this is too smart for me.
Way too fucking dense.
Maybe I'll be able to read it.
But then the first chapter, it's just about like energy. And
Oh,
he breaks
okay. So he's
like
breaking it down.
And then the second chapter, which I started, is about like quantum mechanics. So it's about like
Yeah, but even that is.
he breaks it down well enough that you kind of like energy. I got it. I had to read it out loud. I had to read it a couple times because it's fucking hard. Still.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's science, which is not my thing. So I got that. So I just think it's just like working on it over time. But then
and then it goes into quantum mechanics,
Yeah.
which is a part of string theory.
I think
God, quantum mechanics alone is fucking.
the word. Ooh, except for I will tell you the chapter on quantum mechanics. It was
Now our pockets are smart.
well. There's some. So this is The Little Book of String Theory by Stephen S. Gubser. I can't even read the last name.
That's how dumb you are.
Gubser. Brilliant guy, I assume. I assume this is also one of those books where you're like, I'm just going to take your word for it.
I think it's right.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I mean, it's like reading the Bible. I'm just like, yep, faith, I guess.
Sure, you did it. Yeah, but string theory.
Still, it's a theory though too, so it's still not provable.
I'm just assuming, based on the name, it's about things connecting, right? String theory.
They're talking about like the 10th dimension, which
What the fuck?
I can.
There's 10?
I think there's unlimited, and we can only access 4.
4?
Because I think time is a dimension, because time does waver.
Okay.
'Cause
I know about that because of Zelda.
Or like Interstellar, like
Oh,
where
okay.
when he travels fast in the speed of light.
Oh, that's
Like I think
movie.
if you're like over like 34,000 miles per hour is around,
we can
or maybe
break
it's
the light barrier
135,
or
whatever.
the speed barrier or whatever.
Yeah, like when you move on that, like technically, if you were running in a circle, your time is different than mine. Which
remember-
is very confusing.
I remember kind of talking about that in physics,
Yeah.
where like, yeah,
Well,
if you-
because it's quantum mechanics. Like
where
physics
if
or
you
whatever.
go like somewhere in space, time is slower,
If you move fast enough,
and
yeah.
and like you'll age. Like say you'll experience a year, and then you come back, and like everyone you know was way older.
Yeah, because
And
it's
it's just like,
time,
what the
that
fuck?
time is relative,
Yeah.
which is terrifying.
Wild.
Which means that like it is a wavering thing, which kind of means that everything could be happening at once. You're just on a specific line of it at the
dude,
time.
it doesn't make sense to me, and I'm a 4.0 student.
Jesus, I'm only 20 pages in.
Yeah, and he's like, I had
didn't
to
even-
reread a lot of it.
Yeah, fuck
And
it.
dude, it's the little book. Imagine the big book. Is
Right,
That's called a freaking.
Okay, but anyways, one part of this book, it was one of my favorite experiences I've had while reading something is he kept comparing, like, I'll see if it's quantum mechanics or quantum something else. I'll double check. Just so that I get
Just
the
makes you
wording
think
right.
of Quantum Leap.
Yeah, quantum mechanics is he compares it to a classical song, like a composed song.
Okay, like a Mozart song.
And like he kept comparing, going back and forth, like this part is like this. So while reading it, I put the song on, and the
could
way
visualize it?
just the way he wrote it went with the song so well. It was like a new scratch in my brain being itched. It was a
Oh.
really fun thing to experience. Is
Being
the
able to connect.
blending written word with music and classic music especially. It was a really fun new experience.
Did it help you learn the concept a
Kind
little bit?
of, but like it was also just it felt really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was a new way of understanding for me, like where it was different than hands-on or watching or read. Like it
was a visual.
was a mixed.
Yeah, that's a mixed art, mixed medium.
And
That's kinda cool.
That alone, and
So I wonder if there's any more comparatives in there.
maybe, and also just the way he explained energy. It was really. I was able to understand it, which was really nice.
I think you need to get back to it because I would love a little
a science corner from me.
Where you go, here's what string theory is.
String theory I've not even touched. Because like he explains like parts of it and then
it
later
all
combines
connects.
it, which fuck if I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because even like talking about time made me uncomfortable.
Well, yeah. And then I think quantum mechanics is that how you can time travel, right?
I don't know.
That's
what like the Avengers did, is they went into the quantum, like that's what they're doing now is quantum mania, but I don't think that really means anything.
Quantum leap, quantum break.
Yeah.
It's a really good game where time freezes.
Oh.
That bit above my pay grade.
Yep, above your 4.0.
Yeah, that's a 5.0 right there.
Jeez, I mean, can you imagine being that smart? How can you enjoy it?
Well, I think you'd be panicked the entire time because you'd be like, well, this theory could be possible, but also this theory could be possible.
Or it all could be fake, yeah.
Man, I'm listening to classical music all the time.
Yeah.
Probably smoking a bunch of cigars.
Maybe.
While talking string theory. They probably have a really nice, dude, going back to the millionaire talk, it'd be nice to have, I just picture like in movies when like they have like their office / library area with like the books and like the leather chairs.
Like a little parlor area too,
parlor where they smoke fucking fat cigars.
Yeah.
I want to do that, but then I'd probably get sick.
Yeah.
Like,
or I just never use it. I'd be like, man, that'd be a lot right now.
It's just not my style, but I would be and like dress up in fancy clothes.
I would just want people to think it was.
Yeah, I want to be cool.
Like kind of the feel what we're trying to go for this room, but like real.
But actually real and not just grandma's basement.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people call this. It would be nice, going back to the millionaire talk again, it would be nice to get somebody to buy me a new wardrobe. Like with clothes that actually fit.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know anything about that.
Sure.
And like kind of nice clothes, but still my style.
Yeah.
Because I could get like skinny jeans, but like nicer ones, you know, and then like, you know, an actual like cool shirt.
Seems like I've always wanted like raw denim pants.
Whoa.
Like those jeans that last
that you
forever.
put in the freezer. Is that what you do with them?
Oh, I have some pants that I freeze instead of wash.
That's so weird.
My not latex, vinyl pants.
Oh, you put them just to kill the bacteria or whatever?
Kill the smell in them, yeah.
That's so weird. Because I knew a buddy that had like designer jeans in high school, and he put his jeans in the freezer.
I think I knew
Mickle.
that. Yeah, Mickle.
He was definitely a hipster.
Yeah, before and like beyond hipster.
Yeah, but like he still is probably.
I'm sure.
He was a cool dude. But so you reading that, and then you're on a third book?
So I finished it, and this is when I started my audiobook, because I got my first library card ever. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Look at you, dude.
I know.
You're getting smart, too.
It was a fun day. But
why did you decide to get a library card?
For audiobooks.
Where'd you go? The downtown
Yeah, the public
library?
library.
The downtown one?
Yeah.
That's a cool library.
The garden one, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool library.
And then, so now I have Libby, which is a great thing. If you have a library card, if you go get the app Libby, you can get free audiobooks that you can check out.
So you don't have to go to the library?
Nope. Well, you have to get the card, but that's it.
Damn, okay. And it's free to get a card.
And I remember the first like author I really got into was Stephen King, which I feel like a lot of us it is, because
he's awesome.
And he has like 70 fucking books.
Damn, I didn't know he had that many.
So I started with Salem's Lot, which was one of my favorite movies that he's made. And also I've always heard
I've never heard of that one.
Books are better. And for him especially, they are. It was like a 15-hour book to listen to.
Okay, not bad.
So did it in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was great. It's a vampire book.
Okay, and it was pretty good?
Fantastic. I loved it.
Damn. And that probably makes work go by pretty quick, too.
Well, it was nice because if I only listened to it at work, it made me look forward to it a little bit.
Yeah, because you're like, I want to get back to the story.
Yeah,
and you're doing something, like FedEx is easy enough where you can actually get into the story.
Yeah, you can
kind of zone out.
Which is super nice. So I finished that in a week, loved it. And then we have a buddy who's super into Stephen King. So I asked him, what next? And he said The Stand, which I'd heard of.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
And I started it, and it was, when I play, it was like 47 hours remaining.
Oh my God.
And like, I told you a little bit about this. The book starts with him being like, hey, just so you know, before you buy this is the extended version. When I first put this out, they had me cut about 400 pages, and I wanted that back. So this is the full version. You're just like, Jesus Christ.
Holy fuck.
Maybe my favorite piece of fiction I've ever consumed.
Damn, and you're still listening to it?
And like at this point, I'm angry at the book, which is a really fun.
Yeah.
I've never cared that much about like a book.
Like you're getting invested in the story.
Since like I read them like when I was really into books in like middle school.
Yeah, I remember getting
Like young adult books were so nice when they were great for
I
you.
remember reading a lot when I was younger, and I would like cry and like really get invested in characters and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm a work.
I wish I could do that again.
I mean, this has helped a lot. The issue with audiobooks though is you also have to like
The voice.
the reader.
Yeah.
Because I started a different one time because I wanted like a nice 1-day book.
Yeah.
And I couldn't deal with the person reading
With
it.
the person's voice, yeah.
Or even I looked up the book Izzy's really into right now, which is a pretty popular Court of Rose and Thorn.
Oh yeah, I recognize the cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people are really liking that one, but the audio reader, it sounded like AI kind of.
Ugh.
And I was just like, no, I can't do this for 20 hours.
Because you wouldn't get invested in the story because you'd be listening. Yeah,
It's just, yeah.
That's like when you listen to a podcast and you go, I don't like their voice, so I can't get into the podcast.
So it's just like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. That kind of sucks, but it is cool. You're getting into literature.
Yeah, so I'll finish this book maybe this week because
That'd be cool.
I'm like 70-something% done with it.
Yeah, you should be able to finish it, and then by next time, maybe you give it a review.
Well, I mean, as of now, it's one of the best things I've ever interacted. Like, this is something where I wish the story could just kind of go on forever.
Damn.
I'm so invested. It's wild.
Yeah, at the end, you're gonna feel kind of empty. Probably, you're gonna go now. Now what?
All of his books also kind of connect. He has his own like little multiverse he's built.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think.
Like very loosely. Or
I think some books are like only about that.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna kind of start with like his, because all these are his earlier stuff,
So
and
you're
I've
gonna
read a couple of his earlier
down
stuff.
Stephen King.
I'm gonna start with at least like his earlier, like really good. Like I've always wanted to read The Shining.
Oh yeah, I wonder what that one would be like because I've just seen like the movies.
Yeah, and
obviously.
like in the good movie, he hates
Really?
because it's nothing. It's very different than his
Very
book.
different than the book.
Because
Yeah,
there's a
'cause how do
TV
you-
series that was like filmed the way he wanted to, but I don't think the people liked it as much.
Yeah. It can. How do you? Yeah, that's the tough part. Is how do you take literature and turn it into a movie because it's a visual medium.
Well, it's also all thoughts. Like a lot of it that I really love is you get their thoughts and they think about shit in the past, and you can't just show that in
No, that'd be way too
movies,
hard
yeah.
to comprehend in a movie.
And like also voiceovers aren't the same as reading thoughts.
No, yeah, it's different, personified, and but the Shining's so good. So I wonder what the book is going to be like. I wonder like if you were to read it, what you would like.
I don't even know how different it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I've read the first like big book I read where it wasn't like as like it felt like I was actually reading a book was The Long Walk, which is one of his first things he wrote
Okay,
too.
that's another one I haven't heard of. I don't know much about him.
Because
Obviously,
I read that one and Thinner when I was younger. And I
Thinner,
really like that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I just know he's a great writer, and I know like his big stuff because of movies, and I know he went through a coke phase.
Yeah.
And
like he doesn't remember a lot of the books he wrote.
That's so wild, and I don't understand like authors that have that many books.
70? How
do you
several a year?
And how do you distinguish different worlds and build the world so much and then just once it's done, be like, okay, done, moving on? Like, how do you do that? Like, I'd be so invested as a writer into this story.
Or you're tired of it by the time you're done. Because
But
also,
then
I think he's kind of
got to restart the whole process again.
yeah. Because I think he's kind of famous for not really knowing how to end stuff too.
Oh, really? His ending's kind of weird on his books, or
Yeah, like Salem's Lot. Like the ending wasn't as good as the rest of it, and stuff like that.
because he's just like, whatever.
Well, I mean, it's just like, or just have to figure out how to wrap because he writes so weird that you have to like tie it into a knot, so it's not always the cleanest knot.
Yeah, I don't know how that.
Same like it.
I've never
So
seen
I'll
it.
work on. Oh, you've never seen the movies?
No, because I remember, I don't know if I told this story on the podcast, but I remember when I was younger, I woke up, it was like a Saturday morning, woke up before everyone in my family and went downstairs to turn on the TV, and it was like on FX or AMC, and it was playing.
Yeah.
But it was the very beginning.
Sure.
And it was like, it was raining and that boat went down the canal.
Oh.
And like the kid gets sucked in,
Yeah,
and
by
then and then
Pennywise,
and then
yeah.
it fucking straight to the kid's funeral. And I'm just like,
That's a lot.
yeah, I'm just like, oh no. So I just shut the TV off, and like everyone's asleep, so I'm alone. And I'm just like, oh fuck. Like it's so
It's a lot.
because like it started off and I was like, oh, what's this? And then it just Jesus
Because
Christ.
there's probably like a kids movie that starts of a kid chasing like his little toy
Yeah,
boat around.
and it was
yeah.
like very and then just like the face.
Yeah.
And then like he's dead. And it was just like, what?
yeah,
Like,
a dead kid at like 8 a.m. is a lot.
yeah, I don't even remember what I did, but I shut the TV off and I was like,
Just
I
sat
gotta
there.
like, like,
'Cause-
someone please wake up.
I wish I would have watched that movie as a kid and like been scared of him because by the time I actually watched that movie, I wasn't scared.
Well,
of,
and you have a clown king, so you probably
well,
watch
I'm
it for
saying
a
that could
different reason.
maybe have stopped it.
Yeah, but would you have wanted? I think you like having a clown king.
It's fine.
You're not proud of it.
No, it's
You should be. You're a circus performer.
I guess never actually performed at a circus though.
God, circuses are cool.
Well, the sideshow is next to the circus. It's the small,
Yeah, it's the sideshow.
Yeah.
But you're part of it.
kind of. You're like the outcast of an outcast group already.
All the people in the regular circus are like, get those guys away from us.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Like the idea of running away to the circus. I remember everyone was making that joke of like, oh, you actually ran away to the circus. Like, no, I went far deeper than that.
I went past the circus. I kept running.
To a much dirtier place. Yeah.
Where the freaks live. But that's pretty exciting, dude. You're learning. I'm smart.
Look at us.
Look at us.
We got a podcast.
Look at us already improving, dude. It's Drygust. We're freaking doing good things with our lives. Hopefully, I think our buddy Nathan is participating in Drygust, so that's awesome.
Yeah, we've got actually a couple friends doing it.
We're freaking growing. Drygust is growing. I like it. I mean, we're starting to get, we're a little bit into the month right now.
Yeah, because how many days are we even? Like 5?
Well,
6?
we're recording this August 7th. So,
okay, so we're a weekend.
We're a weekend, but this will come out the second week in August, and I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. I'm trying to stay active. I've been working out a little bit.
You've been doing better than me.
Yeah, and it feels nice just doing a cleanse. I'm going kayaking next week. That's going to be nice. Just to like get away, go to nature.
Yeah. Ooh, and then also for next week's episode, we can share more info on our short film.
Yes, because I doubt we'll move ahead.
We'll see. We're less confident this time because we saw some other ones like, shit, a lot of them are good.
We haven't seen any of the films, but they've been releasing trailers, and a lot of the trailers look good. But the trailers could be the best parts of the movie.
And also ours is a little bit of a wild card. So some people could really like it or just not appreciate any of it.
And who knows who's judging and like all this stuff. But I'm excited to see it on the big screen.
Me too.
Because I haven't watched it in like a week. And I'm trying not to watch it till we see it on the big screen so it's fresh. Because I watched it a ton when we made it,
Yeah.
Watched it a few times. I'm super excited to share it with everybody.
So you'll have an update. Maybe
it's just like, hey, we moved on.
Yeah, or we'll tag the video in the next weeks on YouTube.
And also if you follow me on social media or Jacob, we'll probably share it. I'll definitely share it.
Or on Moist Mondays page.
I'm super proud of it. But this has been the freaking Moist Monday podcast. Thanks for
week 2 of Drygust.
Yeah, thanks for freaking hanging out. Thanks for being a part of it. We appreciate you listening, watching. If you're over there watching us on YouTube, we appreciate it. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Send us an email. moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com. We would love it. We'd love the support. Hey, rate us 5 stars if you gotta. We haven't got one of those in a while. But we're still a 5-star podcast.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm a 4.0 student. So let's freaking go. Cheers, everybody.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ.
I changed the riff.
I see that. How many are in there?
A decent amount. I can't change it now that we're recording.
Oh, right.
That one's just called Hard Riff.
It is.